copper screens, but there's some really nice blues in there too.
Welcome back. This is Scotty Mack, and today I would like to take you southeast of the Phoenix airport, about an hour and a half outside Florence, Arizona, to the Oklahoma mine on Mineral Mountain. This is a place with a high mineral content, and we are searching for a hydrated silicate of copper, not too different than turquoise, but called Chrysocolla.
If you come down on South 79, your normal entrance into the Box Canyon area will be Cottonwood Canyon right here. We're going to proceed a little bit further south to here, about 3 miles, to capture a faster route to the Oklahoma mine. The mineral mine is blocked off the Google Maps viewed route to the south, so we cannot access it through Cottonwood Canyon unless we go along Fence Line Road, which is fairly aggressive. This way, we'll get there fast. All right, here's our turnoff to access the Oklahoma mine off of 79. The AP Cattle Company headquarters.
Heading east from 79, we proceed on established ATV roads that are not as rugged as that along the Monroe Mine.
We're out in the desert, but this area just east of Florence is a wonderful place for off-road camping. And people who bring motorhomes out, as you can see, can have a quarter mile, 1,000 feet between campsites. Although there are a lot of people out here, it's awfully spread out. They'll come out for several days with their ATVs, have a great time in the mining district. There are 3 or 4 days of real nice trails you can run through the Gila River area, as well as the Mineral Mountain, Box Canyon, Martinez Canyon areas. So there's a lot to do out here, and you will not be traversing the same steps twice. So a lot of variety, a lot of things to do, great camping, and plenty of space between camps too.
There are a number of fun trails that the ATVs have created out here, and many pass through the Dry Creek arroyos with a safety factor involved in that. You'll want to follow those because some of the rocks in the gullies can get quite large and formidable.
East towards the Mineral Mine and Oklahoma Mine.
You'll also want to keep your eye out for other vehicles that are ripping through the desert here and may not see you. I've chosen the JK today with its Gobi sand and camo colored, so I'm especially careful. I put my headlights on when I anticipate cars.
There, we pull over for a fellow Jeeper coming through. Actually, there's a couple of side-by-sides too with them. Alright, it's a turn off. We head into the wash, and Oklahoma Mine is right over there in the hills. We're getting very close. And the road's getting rougher and tougher. And there's the backside of Mineral Mountain Mine. Of course, they've blocked off any access. That's their property, and that's correct. We skirt the issues, and right over here is a path up the hill to the Oklahoma Mine.
Our road's getting quite rocky, and as we cross over this ridge, we see the Oklahoma mine is just one ridge over, but something on the left catches my eye.
I was arriving at the Oklahoma mine, and stop by this wash because something caught my eye. A little bit of green and blue Chrysocolla is showing here. I think, oh gosh, over here too, there's a bit of it around, isn't there? There's a bit of it around, and I think we might take a gander up this wash and see if it becomes more prominent. I've just climbed up a little ways, and you can see quite a number of signs of the brilliant blue and green Chrysocolla. Here's more down here. So we move up, then right over here. There are definitely signs here. It's thin, but there are signs. Let's look for a little bit higher and a little bit richer. Deposits around here. You can see a lot of that brilliant color coming through. Not so heavy density yet, but a few more occurrences. Over, you see partial of the Chrysocolla is starting to show it's silicated. There's another one with that white in there, and this is more gem grade. It looks like I have found a thin vein here. There's quite a bit. Nice colors coming through, but just not the density we desire. There's a bit there and some right up here. I'm gonna go chop along this ridge right here, see if we can see any high density Chrysocolla. We have a lot of OHVers out here up to the old mine. Oklahoma mine is just over that hill, so this might be an extension at it. I didn't check the map, but in this vein we're seeing some nice color. There's some beauty right there. Follow it on up in this vein. Now I'm using my soft bag today. Anytime you start pounding on these rocks, you're gonna get a little spray back. And I just hold the bag up rather than bring a bucket, a Homer bucket. This really heavy duty duck bag I use as a shield from the blast. And we're getting closer and closer to more and more. All right, I came up the left side of this vertical outcropping, crossed over to the east side, folded up a good 100 yards, and then came down this wash on the east side. Absolutely nothing in the wash on the east side. Everything seems to be right around the outcropping on the ridge. And I had heard to check the washes. I'm not an expert, but that's contradictory to what I found here. On the other hand, I'm kind of thinking when these outcrops occur 100 yards up, that any of these valleys at this elevation or higher, where you have an outcropping like this, could produce Chrysocolla. I'm making my way back down. When I went up the gully there, over to the ridge and back over to the other side. As I'm coming down here, there's another gully down, and I come here. This is the deepest blue color I've seen all day. This is an intense color, silicated, and this is really nice stuff. I wish we could find a real nice dense pocket. So I've been hammering on this rock. It has a lot of color to it. I've been trying to force this section off, and I got these 4 rocks out of it. This is an inside, this is the outside, this is inside, and this is outside. Inside, outside, inside, outside. It looks like some real nice color there. Not quite high density, not gem grade, but really beautiful artistic rock. Can't wait to clean this up. We're back down at the car, and what we found was this ridge is rich in the material of low grade. We walked around the east side to return, and now we're gonna go just over that hill to the Oklahoma mine. But if you come to this tank, you pull off here, you will find some very pretty rocks very early. What I found out was popular order is not always correct. That is, hiking up the washes would seem logical that it brushes thing out. Now, there are also a number of trails up here, and rock hounders have been here. And I'm not gonna say it's cleaned out, because I got a good at least 10 pounds of beautiful rock and nothing close to gem grade. And you can see some outcroppings. Take some pounding, but it's here.
Now let's move east to the Oklahoma mine.
All right, we turned off onto the Oklahoma mine. We see our first open pit right there, well secured, so stupid people can't do stupid things. Our platform and the whole area of the Oklahoma mine. Oh yeah, that's a vertical shaft that goes down a ways. That'll be a nasty fall.
And a tough way to get out.
Came up as far as I could on this one dirt road, and it ends at a mine. And what do I find right outside the mine? A copper mineral. There are signs of hydrogenated copper compounds here. Small ones, but it is showing itself. So we found another adit along the way. It actually just goes right through. They don't want you going in there. I'm sure it's unstable as most of this rock is.
I decided to fly the drone and look for other outcroppings and possible Chrysocolla sites when I spotted two off-road motorbikers having a great time driving through the Oklahoma Mine District. I followed them with the drone and enjoyed their excitement on the road.
We took a turn off north from the Oklahoma mine, just past it. Now we connected with Sandman Road, looped back, and now am turned off of Sandman Road back to the Oklahoma mine. We're gonna try the washes down here and look, spend some time walking. We've walked a couple of washes, found nothing, but all we need is a sign of green or blue rock, and the wash will have been bringing that downhill. So it's a good time to pull over, take a look at some of the rocks we see here, and see possibly, this is actually getting to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. The YouTube videos make it sound like there's Chrysocolla everywhere here, and I'm finding very little to confirm that. So we do see some nice, I believe that's agate. Then we have some copper minerals in this rock. That's a nice color, but no blue. We're about a quarter mile south of the Oklahoma mine, and look what we find. These are probably separation ponds that use, what is it, arsenic, nasty chemicals. If you ever come across these, don't let your dog lick anything in this area, and keep your exposure to a minimum here. Looks like they had a smelter operation here too. There's a stovepipe, leaching ponds or whatever they're used for, separation tanks, flow between them. Okay, we can see from the shaft here, this is an incline shaft next to the water, and as you drive through the desert here, it's a good reason not to drive at nighttime. Here's an open pit, not marked. You put your car in that, and that is a no bueno. Even though it is filled in, That's a step down, and just gives a look at some of the Chrysocolla. Let's go look at the incline shaft. Beautiful. Walking over to it, I kind of see some color over here. Looks like someone's been pounding stones with Chrysocolla in it right here. I wonder if this is productive. I don't see any. Maybe we'll take a little bit. Poke my head in here and I see someone's furniture and debris in there. I don't think I'm going to proceed any further. I don't want to disturb anything. You know, it might just be some kids messing around, making a little fort in there. That's what I would do if I was it. So that was pretty cool. You got an open pit. Let's go over that hill. Right, mine is right over there, not so far away. There is a roundabout way going up the hill, and it's a rough road, but I think this will take us to a quick view of some valleys where we can see if there's any Chrysocolla popping out. In fact, look at this ridge right here. That's not too different than the last ridge we saw. Might be worth a little gander. And I absolutely see no sign of the color I like. And then right over here is a flash, a little flash of this nice color here. So some rock hounds have been here, and I think they struck out. There's a little patch right there. I don't see a lot to brag about here. Hey, this is what exploring's for. Come down the hill here, I sure see some timbers right there through the Palo Verde tree. And what's here? This looks like it might have been, it's just cleared out. I don't think it's an adit, but something here has got yeah, that was a mine, I believe. As we're driving down the washes here, just giving a look out. Not a single sign of the color of blue we're looking for. But I don't also see outcroppings either. And I think that is one secret they're not telling you on the YouTube video. Alright, we got quite a bit of rough road. Climbing up this rough hill. And look what presents right in front of me. Blue and green. And an area where a lot of people have been pounding, I can tell. Look what we came upon. I've came up this hill, and there's an outcropping of rock, and it's little blue and green right there. Let's see, take a look in there and see what we find. Now again, I found it on an outcropping here. Slipped down, but I'm gonna show it from here. This is a chunk I pulled out. It's got some really nice color and that deeper blue that comes with stronger density.
And with that, I'm going to take these knowledge of the experience of the 5 sites we visit today and plan my next trip. Right now I've got a soft bag full of colorful rocks. Let's take them home and see what we get. But first we must navigate our way out of the Oklahoma mining district on the rough roads.
All right, there were some real choice ones today. Really came a nice colorful assortment. Not the best gem quality, but colorful rocks. Beautiful Chrysocolla. And we have just started discovering the area. And we see some really brilliant blues, not just all copper screens, but there's some really nice blues in there too. That's probably might be it. Oh, there you go. There's probably my best right there.